The United Nations is an international organization with its main office in New York City. The organization started in 1945, after the end of the Second World War. At first, there were representatives from only 50 countries at the UN. These countries wanted to work together to make the world a better place. They hoped that if the international community cooperated more, there would be fewer wars in the future. The representatives thought that if people from around the world talked about their problems and discussed everything, they wouldn't start wars with each other. One of the first tasks for the new United Nations was to write a human rights document. This document explained the basic human rights of people everywhere. Governments have to protect these rights to keep their people safe and free. Eleanor Roosevelt led this task. Her husband, Franklin D. Roosevelt, was the 32nd President of the United States, but he died in early 1945. The next president, Harry S. Truman, asked Eleanor Roosevelt to be the U.S. representative to the UN, and she agreed. The task was difficult and often disappointing. Some people didn't agree with everything Roosevelt wanted in the document, but she didn't give up. After years of discussions, nearly everyone at the UN agreed with the document, and the representatives signed it in Paris on December 10, 1948. It was called the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Today, there are nearly 200 members of the UN, but millions of people around the world are still living without basic human rights. Many organizations and individuals around the world campaign for human rights. People volunteer their own time, and they take part in charity events and donate money. Many people have fought to help the lives of others, and their stories are amazing. Nelson Mandela fought for equal rights in South Africa. In South Africa, there were laws that discriminated against people because of the color of their skin, and only white people could vote. Mandela was in prison for 27 years. He left prison in 1990, and in 1993, Mandela won the Nobel Peace Prize. He became president of South Africa in 1994. Mandela is still an inspiration to many human rights campaigners around the world. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights is now the most translated document in the world. There are 375 different translations of it on the United Nations website. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights is one of the most important documents about human rights. But even more important is the work of people from all around the world to protect these rights.